Welcome to the first video on the key of A. This is going to be the first video in a 3-video series, understanding the main 5 keys. The main 5 keys, as we generally understand them on the guitar, for most guitar players, is the key of A, the key of C, the key of D, the key of E, and the key of G. So this is the first video for the key of A. I hope you'll check out all the keys as you better understand how to play in different keys, specifically in this case on the old guitar. So let's first ask the question, what does it really even mean to be in the key of something? What it means is that note. You'll hear somebody say the key of G, the key of C, right? What does it mean? Well, it means that note is the foundation, it's the main thing, it's home base, it's the ground in which all melodies flow from in that song. So most pop music, country, rock, worship, it's in a particular key. So when we say it's in the key of A, the melodies in that song, right? The melodies in that song, thank you very much. The melodies in that song are going to revolve around that A. It all wants to get back to, in a way, home base. Every key is going to have a main 4 chords. When we boil it down to its simplest kind of form, as far as chords go, it's going to be the main 4 chords. One thing we mean by being in the key of something is that we're no longer thinking about chords in just randomness, where you see a song and you go, okay, that's a G, I play a G, now what's my next chord? Okay, I play that chord now. Well, you want to start to categorize yourself. The way I think of it is, you have a folder in your brain for each of the main keys. And the more you play, and the more you learn, and the more experience you get, the more, hopefully, you categorize that experience into the different keys, and you say, okay, this song is in the key of A. You've got this folder in your brain of all the moves, all the scales, all the cool chords that you've learned over time, and you can pull from that folder of moves and experiences and cool chords and melodies and scales. So you want to start thinking in terms of keys and not just random chords. So let's start building those folders. Key of A. What are the main 4 chords in the key of A? We will obviously always have that root chord. And it's like saying, what are the main chords that are going to revolve around A? What are his friends? A's friends are definitely D and E. So at this point, you should have been playing hopefully for at least a year or more. This isn't so much how to play these chords, but how to understand them in categories and in groups, and understanding them in the key that you're in. So A, E, D. See how those chords wanted to get back to A? You'll know you're in the key of A when you see those chords. Now, every key has the 4th chord in that group of 4 is the minor. The minor chord for each key is like, I think of them like identical twins to the 1. A's minor chord is F sharp minor. It's hard to play. On this first video, I'm going to only talk about the chords in their traditional shapes, what I call type 1 chords, which are just plain block chords, plain major, plain minor chords. As we get into the third video, I'll get into the next type of chords, which could be kind of easier shapes, easier to get to, and maybe more colorful, more cool sounding type chords. So either way, if you're not already working on this minor chord, you should be working on it. The F sharp minor chord, I'll just throw it out here. First of all, you gotta bar your finger. What I always tell people is drop your wrist. You're gonna wanna clamp and squeeze, which rounds your fingers, or specifically bends at this joint here And what you want to do when you're barring is you want to get this finger straight. The way you get it straight is you drop your wrist. You got to trust me on that. That's a little tip. Because the minute you pull your wrist up, this joint bends. And we want a nice straight pointy finger and nice round the rest of the fingers. So, 2nd fret, I'm barring or clamping against all 6 strings here. And doing 2 here. So 2nd fret, 4th fret, 4th fret. So there's a distance here. And then 2nd fret on the bottom 3 strings. That's the traditional shape. You might as well be working on that. Again, in video 3, I'm going to show you an easier and cool sounding F sharp minor chord. Maybe a couple of them that I like to play. So, in a nutshell, that's the first intro to the key of A. Number 1, understanding what it means to be in the key of something, which means that note is the main thing. It's home base. It's what everything wants to come back around to. It's what the melody all revolves around. It's the foundation of that key. So key of A. Key of A, main 4 chords are A, D, E. Those are all major chords. And their favorite minor, the twin minor, the F sharp minor. Think of the A and the F sharp minor, again, like twins that overlap each other. It's almost so much that you can't even see the difference between them. They have so much in common. So again, knowledge is power. And when you understand the concepts of these keys, you can better be a more powerful player. Again, start organizing your mind around the keys. Make that folder in your brain and say, okay, I'm going to understand key of E, A in this case. I'm going to spend time just playing in this key, really creating experience around that key. I'm going to know what chords are in that key. A, D, E, F sharp minor. So check me on the next video, video 2, where we continue the key of A and we see what other chords are in this key, and understanding what do we call the circle of chords. So until then, hopefully you'll pop to that next video. I'll see you later. Thank you so much for watching.